What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before we jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, this video might be a bit longer. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of shoes that I'm going to go over. And the first one is that I can confirm that the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Varsity Red will debut in February 2025. Now, you may have seen the news going around, but there's additional information later on in the video that I can't confirm about the shoes that have yet to be confirmed. Now, we have a lot more from Jordan brand, but we have, a lot from Nike. One of the highlights being that we have a first look at the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy and the Nike Air Flightposite Metallic Gold. Of course, there's a lot more, and without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. The Sneakers app recently had a live stream where they showed off some upcoming shoes, and a lot of these we knew about, but there's a handful that we didn't, and one of those is the return of the Nike Air Max TL 2.5. So we have two colorways. One pair comes dressed in Phantom, Total Orange, and Dark Smoke Gray, and then the second pair features black, citron, and black. Now, the black and citron pair, I do believe that's an original colorway. And for those that don't know, this shoe was first introduced in the early 2000s. Now, they kind of have an Air Max 97 vibe to them, and that is from the full-length Air Max unit, as well as the overlays, kind of like the Air Max 97. Now, as for the release date, we don't have a specific one, but for the Total Orange pair, that one's going to drop holiday 2024, and then the Citron pair will drop in spring 2025. The retail price will be $180 each. Next up, we have a first look at the Swarovski Nike Air Max Plus. There are two colorways that will release. One is known as Sunset, which mimics that of the OG colorway, and then we have Moonlight. So the Sunset pair features a black, fire red, pimento, bright ceramic, and Saturn gold colorway. The Moonlight pair comes dressed in black, white, and black. Now the Sunset features the crystals across the base, while the Moonlight pair will feature it on the overlays and around the swoosh logos. Both of the shoes will drop during holiday 2024. They're going to release in women's sizing, and the retail price is $450 each, so it's not cheap. I know they've done previous work on different Air Max models. The Air Max 97 was probably the most sought after or highlighted pair, I guess you could say, and those were nice, but I wonder how people are going to respond to these two. The Nike Air Zoom Spiridon in Sport Red will return this holiday season. Now, this is an OG colorway which was first released in 1997. And with Nike releasing a Travis Scott signature shoe known as the Sharkadon, that pair is inspired by the Air Zoom Spiridon. A lot of people expected that the OG colorway, or at least the original build, would return. So the shoes feature a metallic silver, sport red, black, and white color combination. And this pair is going to release holiday 2024. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $160. K-pop star G-Dragon and his brand PEACEMINUSONE have another Nike Air Force 1 dropping. This one is known as Paranoise 3.0. So this is the third installment between PEACEMINUSONE and Nike. And this pair will feature a black, new emerald, pink fire 2, Tor yellow, and blue gale color combination. So this shoe features a black leather upper. However, over time they are expected to wear away and feature artwork designed by G-Dragon. We have mismatched swooshes, which come in new emerald and pink. And on the tongue we have a daisy, which is kind of like his signature, at least when it comes to collaborations. I don't know too much about him or his brand outside of his work with Nike. The shoes will also feature paint strokes on the midsole, something we've seen on previous pairs. And then each pair will come with special packaging and extra laces. Now, as for a release date, this pair will drop in fall 2024. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific one, and the retail price will be $200. In my opinion, this is dope. The Nike Air Force 1 Low Escape will be returning in spring 2025 to celebrate its 20th anniversary. So This pair was originally released back in 2005, and the color theme is actually inspired by the original Air Force 3. The shoes will feature a white, black, and bison color combination, highlighted with light brown suede on the mudguard and eye stays, while a darker brown suede hits the heel. On the panels, we have white leather, which is perforated. The same treatment is given to the toe, just not as many perforations and a little bit larger holes. White also hits the tongue. We have red on the branding, a white midsole, and a black rubber outsole. So this pair is expected to return spring 2025, and the retail price will be $150. Over the next several months, the Nike Air Max Thunder is going to get a lot of love, and that comes by the way of new colorways, an OG colorway, as well as collaborations. And one of those collaborations will be between Kids of Immigrants, and the pair is known as Persian Violet. Now, the shoes feature a Persian Violet and Sundial color combination, and for their collaboration, they did something different. Instead of the mudguard and the plates that the shoes are typically known for, they feature a gradient base, but then this grid-like pattern overlays it. It kind of reminds me of Tron. It was like a movie from the 80s. I believe it was from the 80s. I think the look is definitely interesting. We only have the one photo for now. In addition, they have orange on the heel pull tabs and the mini swoosh on the collar. It looks like we have anthracite, or maybe it could be like a dark gray around the toe, done in suede, and then we have a black midsole. I'm actually a big fan of the overall look of this shoe. I know it looks kind of different from the signature Air Max Thunder, but I really like the grid overlay. Now, as for a specific release date, we don't have one, but holiday 2024 is when they're expected to release, and the retail price will be $190. Speaking of the Nike Air Force 3, we have a first look at Nigo's upcoming Nike Air Force 3 Low collaboration, which is being called White Multicolor. So that is just due to the colorway. Now, months and months ago, you guys might remember I talked about Nigo having an upcoming collaboration with Nike on the Air Force 3 Low. Now, at the time, I didn't know which colorway, and in fact, we might see more colorways, but for now, we have this shoe, and it features a blue void, tour yellow, pink foam, and university red color combination. So the shoes feature perforated leather on the base. We have mesh on the tongues and a ribbed collar. Now the multicolor theme lands on the leather overlays, as well as part of the midsole, which basically consists of yellow, green, red, and black. Now it looks like it features some unique tongue branding, although it's kind of hard to see it here because they're laced up and on the feet of Nigo. And the shoes will feature a white midsole and a black rubber outsole. These are nice, but if I don't hit for retail, it's not something that I'm going to chase and pay resale for. And as for a release date, this pair is going to drop fall 2024. Sadly, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $160. We have a first look. Unfortunately, it's only one photo of what potentially could be the upcoming Nike Air Flightposite 1 in black. So a few months ago, well, maybe it was sooner than that, I talked about the upcoming Nike Air Flightposite 1, this specific colorway, and although I didn't have confirmation if it was going to be the OG, the pair features a black and black colorway, so I assumed it was going to be that one, although I stated I wasn't 100% sure, but this one photo shows the sample pair. Now, don't get me wrong, these are still clean, but this sample of what could actually be the 2025 retail version, we'll have to wait and see the final outcome, is different in comparison to the OG. So the biggest difference would be the white detailing around the swoosh logo. The OG did not have that. And it could be the lighting, but something looks off with the base. I'm not really sure, but the midfoot shank plate should also be metallic silver, and in this photo, or I should say on this sample, it's black. So there could be some differences. Now for me, I love this model, but if it's not just like the OG and this is what we're going to get, I'll probably pass on them just because we have the metallic gold coming, and I absolutely love that shoe. That's my number one colorway of the Flightposite. I'm sure it's a lot of others as well. But for this pair, they're going to drop spring 2025, and the retail price will be $240. Drake's NOCTA Nike Air Force 1 Love You Forever is going to be released in 3 new colorways. As well, we have a restock coming up of the original colorway. So the original pair, which is shown in this image, features all white. And this pair is expected to return holiday 2024, potentially spring 2025. Now, as for the new colorways, unfortunately, we don't have images, nor do we know specific color blocking. But the first one is going to come dressed in Pellets Purple, Cobalt Tint, and Metallic Silver. This one's going to drop holiday 2024. Now, the second pair comes dressed in Citron Tint, Cobalt Tint, and Metallic Silver. Kind of appears to be like a theme going on here. Also dropping holiday 2024. And this pair and the pair that I just talked about, the retail price for those are going to be $160. Now, the third pair comes dressed in Pink Foam, Cobalt Tint, and Metallic Silver. Again, kind of filling in that theme. But this one's going to drop spring 2025, and the retail on this is going to be $165. So it's going to be a $5 increase. I'm not sure why. Maybe some different materials. Maybe Nike's just going to bump up the retail price again on us in 2025. I wouldn't doubt that at this point. Now, I remember when his first pair dropped, they actually restocked a few times. And I believe for a while they were sitting on his website. I don't think they went on sale or anything like that, but typically I would think that they would sell out instantly, but that really wasn't the case on maybe one or two of the restocks. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on Drake's upcoming Air Force One Low releases. You know what's weird? I kept forgetting to talk about this shoe in previous news videos that they were going to return. I had it in my notes, but for some reason it just slipped my mind. But yes, the Nike KD4 Christmas will return in December 2024. And just the other day, we received a first look at the 2024 pair. So from what I could tell, these look pretty much on point to the OG, which was released in 2011. Kevin Durant wore this pair on Christmas Day in 2011 against the Orlando Magic. So the shoes feature a metallic copper and black color combination, highlighted with a metallic copper hyperfuse on the upper, along with the signature adaptive fit strap. Black hits the swoosh on the strap, as well as the KD branding throughout, swooshes, tongue, laces, liner, and the midsole. Now, if you look closely on the midsole, you'll notice some speckled detailing. And then returning, once again, is the unique graphic on the insoles, which reads KD, and there's like this lightning bolt motif, which both are made out of cookies. Now, aside from the insoles, if I was to look at this shoe from the outside and not knowing, I would have no idea that this was a Christmas-inspired shoe. But it is, and it does seem like a lot of people are excited about the shoes returning. And like I mentioned, December 2024 is when they're going to drop. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $130. All right, getting back to the Sneakers Live showcase, we received a first look at the Nike Air Flightposite 1 Metallic Gold. Now, I'm super excited for the return of this release, but there's one thing about this pair or this release that I'm actually kind of upset about, which I'll get to in a moment. Now, this pair features a metallic gold, black, metallic silver, white, and black color combination. For those that don't know, this shoe was originally released in 1999, and they retroed back in 2008. The inspiration for this shoe is the human anatomy, and some NBA players who wore this pair include Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. Now, growing up, I remember the commercial with Kevin Garnett, and why I like these pairs so much is because I had the original release in 1999. I was going into freshman year, and I remember wearing them for orientation, and I actually wore them a lot during my freshman year along with several other models. Now, the thing I don't like about the shoe, and I need to track down the image. Now, on the medial side, I'll have a picture of the OG pair, and you'll notice how the midsole comes up by the toe. Around the toe, it comes up a lot, and then in certain areas by the heel, it's more exaggerated. Now, the 2024 release, it's not going to be like that at all. I'll include a photo of that. I actually found a photo while I was recording, and it's a lot lower. Now, they had this issue when Nike brought the Flightposite back in 2014, not this colorway. And in my opinion, that's kind of a big letdown to me. I don't understand how something as simple as this, they just can't get right. Now, is this going to stop me from buying them? Sadly not, because I really want them, but it is kind of a letdown for me. Anyways, let me know your opinion down below on that element, as well as just the overall model returning. And at the time of recording, we don't have a specific release date, but holiday 2024 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $240. Probably the number one sneaker shown off on the Sneakers Live was the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy. So I knew that they were going to showcase the shoes on the live. I'm sure a lot of people did as well. On the Sneakers app, when they were advertising about the upcoming live, they showed an outsole of the Foamposite 1, and a lot of people just had that feeling that they were going to be shown. And that was the case. We received a first look, and from what I could see, they look on point compared to the original release. Now, for those that don't know, the shoes were released back in 2012. It was part of Nike Basketball's All-Star Collection. I believe that this shoe is what started the whole Foamposite hype that lasted several years. Now, the momentum was already building for this shoe, but this is kind of what capped it off and just went crazy. Now, in my opinion, the Galaxy All-Star Collection was probably one of Nike Basketball's best All-Star collections that they've ever released. The lineup included the KD4, Kobe 7, LeBron 9, the Nike Dunk High, the Air Flight 1, and the Zoom Rookie. Now, I believe there were some Air Force 1s and maybe a few other shoes that I'm forgetting about. So if I'm forgetting something, make sure to let me know down below. Now, Nike had planned to bring this shoe back in spring of 2024, more than likely for All-Star Weekend, but they were delayed. And then I heard that they were going to return in summer 2024, but once again, they were delayed. Now, what I've noticed with Nike, a lot of Foamposites get delayed. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the factories or what, but a lot of them has had that happen. Now, I think them delaying it until 2025 does make sense because I do know they want to drop these for All-Star Weekend. Although I'm sure that releasing them for holiday 2024, people wouldn't mind that, or even sooner. But this was definitely the number one shoe that most people were excited about that was showcased during the Sneakers Live. Now, for a specific release date, unfortunately, we don't have one, but February 2025 is when they're expected to drop, and the retail price will be $240. Let me know if you plan on picking these up or passing. I believe I featured this shoe in the last several videos, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but we have a better look at the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Oxidized Green. Now, this is a women's exclusive release, and the reason I'm featuring them now is just due to the fact that we have better images. So prior to this, the photos weren't great, but now we have various different angles, and you can definitely tell that the Oxidized Green doesn't have like a shiny or metallic finish like the 4s. In the previous images, I kind of thought maybe the heel could have had it, but it's definitely due to the lighting that made me think that. But for those that want to grab this shoe, they will drop on August 14th, and the retail price will be $140. We have a few sets of official photos, and the first shoe that I'm going to go over is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Barons. Now, for those that don't know, this release celebrates the 30th anniversary when Michael Jordan played for the Barons, a AA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. So for this pair, they'll feature a white, black, and wolf gray color combination. I said this previously, and I'll state it again. Something I feel that Jordan Brand should have done is add some sort of element that ties them into baseball, maybe some pinstripes somewhere. But overall, the color blocking does match that of the Barons. Now, this pair will release on July 20th, and the retail price will be $140. Official images also popped up for the Air Jordan 1 High OG First in Flight. Now, again, this is a women's exclusive release, and the release is just around the corner. This pair is actually really nice in my opinion. I'm a fan of the various shades of blue used, and for those that don't know, the specific colorway is University Blue, University Gold, Cell, and Midnight Navy. Now, I don't believe these will be available in extended women's sizing, so if that is in fact the case, they'll only go up to a size 10.5 in men's, which is a size 12 in women's. Now, as for the release date, July 6th is when they're going to drop, and the retail price in women's sizing is $180. Preschool will cost $85, and toddler sizes will cost $70. First off, I want to start by saying that this pair is not expected to release, But I wanted to feature them because, for one, they're pretty interesting, and two, there's a possibility you might see them on the aftermarket, probably going for a lot of money. But this is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low White Party. So this shoe is said to be limited to 350 pairs, and it was designed for Michael Rubin's White Party. So if you do get invited to this party, which seems that it's going to be full of celebrities and probably hard to get into, you'll be given one of these shoes. Now, the party takes place on July 4th, and the pair features leather on the upper. As well, they'll feature the individual's initials embossed behind the tongue label and on the metallic lace dubre. Now, on the insoles, they'll have the person's name printed and custom logos. I think this is pretty cool, but if you do see a pair on the aftermarket going for crazy money, then you definitely know that that individual who was invited to the party sold them. Anyways, I just wanted to feature them because I thought they looked cool, something different and something unique. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think Travis Scott and Jordan Brand should debut something like this? In my opinion, probably not. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the theme here, I like what they're doing for the party, but I'm not a huge fan of all white shoes. Official images just popped up of the WNBA Air Jordan 3 Desert Camo, and the pair actually features a new release date. So, the shoes feature a dark driftwood, cell, hemp, and velvet brown color combination, and the highlight of this pair would be the camouflage detailing across the upper, as well as the gum semi-translucent outsole. As well, each pair comes with an orange hang tag. It's more like a dog tag. It features the WNBA logo in All-Star, so this shoe is actually to celebrate the WNBA All-Star game, and that's probably why they've been moved. They've been delayed, and the new release date is July 19th. Now, the WNBA All-Star game takes place on July 20th. I believe the original release date for them was July 13th, so the delay isn't that bad. So, dropping exclusively in women's sizing. Now, I still haven't heard if they're going to be available in extended women's sizing, but I'm going to ask, so I'll have that info before I do my July Air Jordan and Nike release dates video. Also, the retail price will be $200. I believe in the last video I talked about this shoe, and it seems that some people aren't as big of fans as I thought. So this is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Midnight Navy, and the reason I'm talking about them again is due to the fact that we have on-feet photos. But prior to this, I featured them in my best summer 2024 sneaker releases video, and it seems that a lot of people aren't fans. They don't like the aged midsole. I believe someone said that Midnight Navy should have been on the swoosh and things like that. Now, when I first talked about the shoe, and this was a couple months back, a lot of people seem to be excited, so things appear to be shifting about this shoe. Now, if you're a fan, that's a good thing because they'll be easy to obtain, but I have a feeling that they will regardless, just because even though it seems that people are excited about them, or they were at one point, the Jordan 1 isn't moving like it once was, unless it's a collaboration. That's totally different. Now, this pair features the Chicago color blocking, but instead of red, we have blue. And it's kind of like the Lost and Found Jordan 1 due to the aged midsole. Now, it won't have cracked detailing or anything like that. Now, if you're a fan of this pair, they drop on September 14th. They will be available in full family sizing. So in men's, it'll cost $180, grade school costs $140, preschool is priced at $85, and toddler sizes will cost $70. This is a shoe that I did feature in the best summer 2024 sneaker releases video, but I wanted to showcase them in a news video because there's a few clips that I wanted to add in from Nigel Sylvester. So this is his upcoming Air Jordan 4 RM, known as Fence Green. And the official colorway is Pro Green, Metallic Platinum, Black, and Cell. So the inspiration for this shoe comes from his grandma. So something I haven't done before is feature clips from individuals explaining the shoe, and Nigel took to Instagram, I believe last week, to talk about the inspiration and show off the packaging, which in my opinion is really dope. So I'm going to let that roll right now.
So I know y'all been hearing and seeing a lot about my AJ4 RM. These are happening. They're coming out soon. The materials are crazy. Mini swoosh on the toe box. Bike Air by Jordan. On the heel tab, we flipped that classic Nike Air logo to Bike Air. So crazy. Tonal Jumpman. outsole, red and black. These are very special to me because they're inspired by my grandma's driveway, which is where I fell in love with bike riding at the age of 4 years old. This colorway is called Fence Green, and we pulled this color from the fence that lines my grandma's driveway. So the storytelling continues through the packaging as well. Inspired by the classic AJ4 box, we did the bike gear logo and a red gloss up top. On the bottom of the box, we layered an exact replica of the concrete in my grandma's driveway. Look at the crack, man, that's crazy. Look at the corners. And all these little rocks and pebbles, they're all textured. It's so crazy. On the inside, we put the Go logo, because you know, we stay on Go. Then the tissue paper. Oh my gosh, the tissue paper. We used an image of young Nigel on his tricycle in grandma's driveway. How crazy is that? Listen, the team at Jordan Brand did an incredible job. Thank you guys so much. This is so fire.
Now, at first, I was on the fence about the shoe, no pun intended. I'm not a fan of the model, but I'm a fan of BMX and also a fan of Nigel's past collaborations. And when I heard about Nigel having an upcoming Air Jordan 4 collab in 2025, I thought maybe I'll just wait on these and grab that just to like show my support and have a shoe by Nigel, because unfortunately I don't own one. I missed out on the previous drop, which was on the Air Jordan 1. But I'm not going to lie, this story makes me want them. The box as well, I think the box is super dope. Now, as for the release date, as of now, they are scheduled to debut on July 3rd. It's very possible they could get delayed, and the retail price will be $150. Now, there's also another colorway that is supposed to debut on the same day. We have yet to see a first look at that one, but it features a Summit White, University Red, Cell, Gray Fog, Pale Ivory, and Gum Light Brown colorway. The retail price on this will also be $150. Let me know your thoughts on this shoe. Does your opinion change now that you know the story or the inspiration behind them? We now have on-feet photos of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG Medium Olive. Now, if you missed any of my previous videos or the last several videos, this pair was supposed to originally drop in spring 2025. However, Jordan Brand has pushed the release forward and by a lot, and now they're going to debut in September. Also, the Black Olive iteration, that has been scrapped, and this shoe will be releasing in its place. Now, there's no additional information on the Black Olive pair if they'll eventually release. As of now, it's a done shoe, not going to drop. But like always, if there's more information, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Now, I stated that I'm not a huge fan of this colorway. That's not a secret by any means. But I will say, with pink laces in, I actually think they look somewhat decent. Now, is it enough for me to get? I don't know. I honestly might go after them and just use them for trade, but more than likely I'm not going to hit on them anyways. I definitely won't be paying resale for them. I only own one pair of Travis Scott Air Jordan 1s, and I was lucky enough to hit those on the sneakers app for retail. But I will say, I have seen people liking the shoes, and I get why. I'm just not a huge fan of white on the overlays. I don't know why. I'd rather the colorway be flipped, where we have medium olive on the overlays and white on the base. I feel like that would have looked a lot better. But for those that do want to buy them, they drop on September 9th, and the retail price will be $150. Alright, so I got the go-ahead to talk about this shoe. I've been wanting to for a minute, and it's the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Varsity Red. Now, initially, when the information broke, which was, I believe, last week, I didn't talk about them. And the reason why is because I couldn't confirm the information. Whenever something leaks from other sources, and they do beat me to leaking it myself, I still go ahead and confirm the release just because I just don't want to be spreading fake news or false information, because I kind of built myself around having accurate information. That's something I really strive and take pride in. And if I don't know something, I'll simply state it. Or if it is a rumor, I'll state that as well. But when I say rumor, it has to come from my sources, because again, I don't know these other people, and a lot of the times people put out half-truths, and I just like to avoid that. Now, this isn't a shot at other people who leak information, because I have a lot of friends who do that, like Z Sneakerhead Z, Mr. Unloved Ones, and there's other people. Maybe there's a few people that I don't care for, but that's for a different topic. Let's get back to the shoes, and there is some information I can confirm that has yet to be confirmed. So we have the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 Varsity Red. Now, a lot of people put out mock-ups and basically altered the pine green pair to resemble the Varsity Red. Now, those people were guessing how they were going to look, and I get that because of the color blocking. It's pretty much on point to the pine green pair, and that color blocking is Summit White, Varsity Red, and Neutral Gray. But I can go ahead and confirm to you that the image used is actually accurate. So these mock-ups that have been going around that have been based off the pine green pair is actually what's releasing. So this is what we're getting. We're still getting the navy pair that I talked about a month ago, maybe a month, maybe a little more. And just like the pine green, this shoe will feature the updated shape, which reflects that of the 1989 mold. They will feature a gum rubber outsole, which provides better grip, a thicker tongue, the forefoot will be slimmed down, and the air cushioning will be removed. The shoes will feature a Jumpman on the tongue, and then on the heels we have Nike SB branding, which I think is dope. Probably one of the elements I like the most. And then of course a white base, we have gray suede around the toe, and red accents. Now if you're still listening, I will say this, I've heard a rumor that there's a third pair dropping in 2025. I can't say much more than that as of now, and let's just take this as a rumor. But yeah, there's potentially a third pair that I'm hearing from my sources. Now, once I get the confirmation on that, of course, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, for this shoe, they are going to debut in February 2025, the same month as the navy pair. So I kind of wonder if they're going to do some sort of pack here, maybe a regional pack. That would be kind of cool. Or maybe one is going to be exclusive to skate shops. One will be available at skate shops and Jordan brand retailers. Although I think that's kind of cool. At the same time, it's just going to make it harder to obtain. So maybe don't do that. Also, the retail price will be $225. Let me know your thoughts on this pair dropping in 2025. And in comparison to the navy pair that was shown off about a month ago or so, which one do you like better? And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. So I believe on Thursday I'm going to drop another video. It's going to be the July Air Jordan and Nike release dates video. That one will probably be a bit long. As well, I have a few ideas for a couple of shorts. I recently dropped a short titled 8 Sneakers That Turned 20 in 2024, and that did pretty well. A lot of people seem to enjoy that. So if you haven't seen it yet, as we get closer to the end of this video, there will be something that pops up on the screen. You can click that and it'll take you right to it. I have a few ideas for some different shorts that I plan on dropping this week and some next week, but ultimately, I may have stated this before, but I really want to start adding like long form documentaries to this channel, like an hour and a half long documentaries where I have to actually do some investigating and, you know, getting out there and doing stuff. I don't know if people will like it. Maybe if I came up with a good topic, I think people would. I will say this, one of the ideas I had was for a retailer that I'm pretty sure backdoors, and basically I was going to just do some investigating on that as well. Another one was going to be where I interview some people that were involved in this thing. I don't want to say too much, but it was around the Nike decade. If you know that shoe, then you know the history and you know what I'm talking about here. But I don't know, let me know if you guys want to see like long form documentaries. I think it would be pretty dope, but that's just my opinion. Now, back to this video. Let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.